Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone at Rule, and shalom to the 144,000 elect members of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elect destined to be saved under Brother Caleb from the GMS UK London Forecasters Camp, back with another lesson to help edify those of which I spoke of. I always like to open by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites, and the real Israelites are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians and West Africans predominantly, but you will find Israelites that do look like the other nations, because we as a people have been scattered among all nations throughout our various captivities. But if your sea line by your forefathers goes back to the band in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite, no matter what you may look like, because Numbers 1 and verse 18 tells you that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So I wanted to do a video going into an article I was just looking at shortly ago about another stabbing attack that's taken place, allegedly, another stabbing attack that's allegedly taken place, because last week in the news you had a situation in Southport where allegedly, again, supposedly 3 young children were stabbed to death in an attack at a dance studio by a young man who they claimed was from Rwanda, but it turns out that he was actually born here, but his parents are from Rwanda. And that sparked riots across the UK, because a lot of the far right got hold of the story, and they used that as a motivation and justification for attacking immigrants and mosques. Now, we believe that was a Psyopp, that it was a false flag, and that Esau used the situation to engineer the events that occurred, because we know that this is how the devil works, and we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Now, interestingly enough, there's been another attack, another alleged stabbing of an 11-year-old child on a random in Leicester Square. Now, the story seems sketchy at best. Let me play this article, and you can hear how sketchy the story is. And you can see with the comments that people are making, it seems like Esau is trying his best to engineer chaos through articles like this, by putting out stories like this in the news. So let's play this clip.
11-year-old schoolgirl was stabbed on Leicester Square behind me this morning in an attack which unfurled shortly after 11 a.m. The girl's mother...
Right, now Esau is heavily into numerology as well. So if you notice, they've used the number 11 twice there. They've said an 11-year-old schoolgirl was stabbed shortly after 11 a.m. So, just to be aware that Esau uses these numbers and codes in his events for insiders to signify certain things. Let's keep playing. To signify certain things to insiders, if that's the right way of phrasing it. Keep playing.
In her 30s, was also injured during the attack. A brave security guard named Abdullah came from one of the shops behind me and managed to wrestle the attacker to the floor and hold him there until police arrived. Some of the workers also performed CPR on the youngster, and she was taken along with her mother to a major trauma unit. The suspect was spotted hours before the attack walking around Leicester Square by some onlookers who have told us in an exclusive interview that they saw him laying in wait before the attack took place. Behind me...
So they say it was a random attack, but yet they also say that the man was laying in wait. How can he be laying in wait if it's a random attack?
You can still see blood on the floor. There's also a cap and a pair of car keys. The suspect, 32, was arrested and taken to a nearby police station.
Yeah, so I saw that he was stabbing a kid. I jumped on him, hold the hand in which he wasn't having a knife, and I just put him down on the floor and just hold him and kick the knife away from him. And then a couple of more people joined as well, and we just hold him until the police came.
Both victims suffered injuries in this attack, but it's not believed to be life-threatening.
So they suffered injuries in the attack, but they don't believe that the injuries to be life-threatening, but yet they said they performed CPR on the child. Doesn't add up. Let's read some comments. If none of the victim's injuries aren't thought to be life-threatening, why was CPR being performed on a child? That would say to me that the injuries that she had were most definitely life-threatening. It's summer holidays and I'm scared to take my kid out. Honestly, when will this madness stop? Is there any hope for these children? You see, this is the thing. Esau's playing this. He's playing on the people's fears, and he's using events like this to engineer the minds of the people into get them into thinking a certain type of way. One shouldn't do CPR unless they've stopped breathing and or the heart has stopped. Otherwise, one can do more harm than good. Most average members of the public haven't even got a clue about first aid. Either that or the reporters are inaccurate. Calm down. There you go. Let's read this comment again. One shouldn't do CPR unless they've stopped breathing and or the heart has stopped. Otherwise, one can do more harm than good. Most likely, average members of the public haven't got a clue about first aid. Either that or reports are inaccurate. Calm down. I know, that's the most stupid reporting I've ever heard. Yeah, it doesn't add up, man. Because it's Psyopp session sheeple, there you go. And clearly you don't know what you're talking about. CPR needs to be performed if the person is unresponsive and is not breathing normally, and most likely if CPR is administered after the 999 call where they assess the casualty. Strange how this is the third time in a month they managed to dismiss any link to terrorism before they even had a chance to speak to the suspect. So our children need to wear stab vests now. Yeah, so that's the narrative that's being pushed. Every single time someone has walked up to random targets, like ladies on the Bournemouth beach and how this. Every single time someone has walked up to random targets like the ladies on Bournemouth beach and now this, ruthlessly stabbed, and then I hear the media say the police aren't treating it as a terror attack. I feel sick to my stomach. Random, laying in wait, irony. I can't circle that square. If it's random, then who or what was he lying in wait for? Exactly. Let me read that again. Random, lying in wait, irony. I can't circle that square. If it's random, then who or what was he lying in wait for? Random means he didn't know them. Lying in wait means he was getting ready to attack someone. Lying in wait means he was pre-planned, so random is irrelevant. Yeah. It's terrible reporting, man. It's definitely a psyop. Let's play one more article here.
Okay, here's the truth. Before I got into Huel, like a lot of people, I thought it was just a protein drink. A man has been charged with attempted murder after an 11-year-old girl was stabbed in Leicester Square yesterday. Ione Pintaru, 32, was remanded in custody to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on Tuesday morning. He has also been charged with possession of a bladed article. The girl's mother, 34, was initially thought to have been hurt, but blood from her daughter's injuries had been mistaken for injuries of her own, the Met Police said. Street busker Desmond performs as Darth Vader.
Right, so they said blood from her daughter's injuries was mistaken as the mother's own. What mother is going to stand by and let someone stab her daughter without physically getting involved and putting her life on the line to save her daughter? That doesn't make any sense. So the mother wasn't stabbed, but the daughter was. Doesn't make any sense at all. It's crazy.
On the square in London every day. He told the Telegraph that he was standing outside the Lego store when the stabbing took place. Desmond described hearing screaming and saw that the girl had been stabbed multiple times. Police said the man is not known to either of the victims and the stabbing is not currently being treated as terror-related.
Yeah, stay there, it's not a problem.
Let's read more comments. It says, so randomly stabbing a child and a mother is not a terror-related incident. What exactly is a terror-related incident? Strange how suddenly people started stabbing innocent children for no reason. Making me feel like I'm schizophrenic, but the government definitely has something to do with it. I said the same thing. It's like there's a plan to get us fighting each other. I'm glad you said this. We are being pushed to the limit to create havoc. I was beginning to think that I was alone in seeing this. The fear of the outcome when we decide. I fear the outcome when we decide enough is enough. Yeah, he wasn't just stabbing anyone. He selected her. The youngsters in Southport were definitely selected as well. Yeah, so there you go. Psyopp, man. By a stranger, not a terrorist then. Why are kids getting stabbed? What's wrong with folk? Yeah, so this is yeah. Yeah, so that's that, man. Another psyop in the making, man. Esau's running his agendas out here, so we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Let me get that. 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, a lot of the people who are asleep out here, they're not aware of what's going on. They've got no idea what the government is actually doing or is about. The word government goes back to mind control. You know, meant, I believe that when you break it down in the etymology, it goes back to mind control. So the government is doing what it needs to do to create chaos out here. You know, getting these people stirred up, playing upon people's fears. You know, and that's ultimately to create chaos, because Esau's all about creating order out of chaos. So that whole thing with the Southport incident, I believe that was a Psyopp too, and it generated that desired outcome. So we'll see what desired outcomes are generated by more incidents like this, because we want things to get peak out here. To use that term, peak. We want things to get peak out here because, you know, the sooner Esau brings about his New World Order, the sooner we can get out of here. So at the end of the day, it's all the agendas of the Most High anyway, because the heart of the King is in the hand of the Most High, and he turneth it whithersoever he will. And the Most High sets up rulers and he takes down rulers. So Esau's been set up to rule for an allotted amount of time. Is it Job 14 and 5, which says the Most High has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass? Esau's reaching the end of his bounds where he's not going to be able to fulfill his New World Order agenda, and it's going to be taken out of power. And that's what we're waiting for. And that's what we long to see. So no matter what Esau does, ultimately it's going to end up in his own failure and his own destruction. So Lord willing, that was edifying. I just thought that was interesting. I saw that article, so I thought it sounded a bit suspect, so I thought I'd speak on it. So Lord willing, that was edifying. So with that, giving all praises and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem V'Hakodash. Double honours unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel and the rest of the elect destined to be saved. And I'll catch you on the next video, Lord willing. Shalom for now.